Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm going to do a quick rundown on something I picked up earlier this week. This is a Uberti reproduction of a Model 1873 Colt single action, just like all the other reproductions out there, except for this one's a little different, has more of a historical reference. This particular piece was imported by Cimarron Arms, and of course made by Uberti. It's a Model 1873 single action Army Model P old model. And what kind of distinguishes this one from all the others are the markings on it. This is Uberti's U.S. 7th Cavalry. So basically this is a reproduction of the Model 1873 that was issued to George Armstrong Custer's 7th Cavalry. Kind of neat right down here. I don't know if you can see it or not. My lighting sucks. But there's a cartouche right there, a reproduction of the cartouche. The Civilian Inspector OWA, that's his initials. That was Orville W. Ainsworth. I believe I said that right. Pronounced his last name right. But that's a reproduction of his cartouche right there. On the side of the frame, you got the reproduction patent dates, and then you got U.S. stamped right down here. Again, sucky lighting. I don't know if you can see that or not. And down here on the back strap, it says FCO.7CAV. And a buddy of mine, he asked, what's the F stand for? I said, well, everybody knows what the F stands for. The F stands for Custer's famous last words. Where in the F did all these Indians come from? I know. Hey, I tried. Anyways, F Company, 7th Cavalry, stamped on the back on the base of the back strap. So this is what makes this a little different than all the other reproductions out there. This is the Model 1873 U.S. 7th Cavalry. This is the old model. Something that distinguishes the old model from the new model is the base pin and how you remove the base pin. The new model has a base pin latch right here that you just push in and you remove the base pin. The old model, you have a set screw, so you actually need a screwdriver. There's a set screw right there. So you need a screwdriver to loosen up that set screw. Got a screwdriver here. I just back her on out. I don't take mine out all the way. I'm afraid I'll lose it. And I'll put her in this a little more. Alright, so you got her backed out. Once you got her backed out, you just slide the base pin out and you remove your cylinder. Now, when you go to put it back in, a little tricky sometimes. This base pin, if you can see it, I don't know if you see it or not, but it has two recessed notches on it. The top notch is the safety, and in the instructions it says it's to be used for transportation. What it does, if you go to put this base pin back in, oh, the cylinder shifted on me. Let me get her lined up. Where you at? Come on. Where's that sweet spot? There you go. You go to slide her in, and you slide it in all the way, and then tighten your set screw. Okay, so if you get her in there, you tighten that set screw. Tighten her down a little more. Yeah, I get my screwdriver in there. Alright, there you go. Got her all the way tightened. Now, what that does, it acts as a safety. So that base pin is protruding out of the back of the frame. I don't know if you can see that or not with my shadows and all that good junk and poor lighting. But anyways, that base pin is protruding from the back of the frame. So if you go to drop that hammer, the hammer's not going to go all the way down. You can see the gap there. So that's the safety feature on this. So one bad thing about that is if you're not paying attention and you put that base pin in all the way and set your set screw, and then you take this out to the field to bust some caps, and you don't have a screwdriver, you're kind of SOL. No busting caps in this baby. So when you're reassembling that base pin, you got to make sure you get it in the right recessed groove. So back that screw out and then pull my base pin out a little bit, and then of course you can see the two grooves. I don't know if you can see that or not, but just kind of slide that down to where you guess that set screw is going to hit that first notch. Oop, I went too much. Bring her back out. Maybe it's a little tricky. There you go. I think I got it lined up. And then I'm going to screw in my set screw. And it should be flush with the frame if you got it, so I'm not quite there. Yeah, went too much. I have a heck of a time with this. That's what I don't like about it. That might be it. Nope. See? I don't like it. Did I mention I don't like it? Alright, where you at? Come on. Where you at, old girl? Yep, too much again. Let's try her right there. Maybe somebody out there knows a better way to line this up. And I think I got her. Yep, we're flush with the frame. So that should be it. That should be the fire mode. And of course my hammer's all the way down on the frame. There's no gap. So we're good to go. That's one thing I don't really like about the old model. Well, on this particular one, it's got that safety notch in there, and it messes me up every time. But other than that, it's a pretty nice little piece. Of course, it's a Uberti. Can't go wrong with Uberti. Oh, another thing on this, on the heel of the pistol grip, there's a inspector mark, or proof, I should say, and it looks like to be a V right there. And then on the cylinder, there's another V right there. So I don't know if that's significant to the historical aspect of it or not. If anybody knows, please chime in. But other than that, there she is, the Uberti U.S. 7th Cavalry Model, 1873 Single Action Army. And of course, she is a hoot to shoot. So, well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you learned something, you learned something. If not, I still hope you enjoyed the video. So, let's get back to a little bit of Gary Owen. Play it, Gary.